to talk about it, okay? I know a lot of us are suffering from, mental health problems, myself included. But I tend to think that we're doing okay, Like, do you ever think about how life is just endless series of tasks that you don't really want to do, but if you don't do them, then it makes it worse off, and it makes you think about how you're really not on planet Earth for very long. Like, they say life expectancy is 75 years, but that's not guaranteed. And even if you did, you're going to spend 12 to 16 of those years in school, where they pretty much like indoctrinate you to going to work, like leaving the house 5 days a week, and then sitting there for about 8 hours a day being told what to do, and then you go into the working world just trying to make ends meet. And then someone's trying to sell you this thing called a dream job, like 2 words that should never be in the same sentence together. Like, just do what you're passionate about, but no one tells you about horrible coworkers and terrible bosses and bad work culture. But if you quit your job because it was like running you into the ground, someone's like, no one wants to work anymore. And it's like, no one ever wanted to work. Like, no one wants to spend 40 years working on something that they don't even like and not have enough money to retire. So you basically work until you die. And your family, if you even have a family, they can't really afford like a coffin or a nice service, right? But if it costs money to die, like, we just put an inordinate amount of energy just doing shit we don't want to do, like sending emails and paying bills and trying to figure out what the fuck we're gonna have for dinner at night, which just leads to doing more things that you don't want to do, like sitting in traffic or setting your alarm, dealing with people you don't want to do. Even when you get home from work, there's no like sense of relief, right? Because there's so much to do, like housework and going to the store to get the food for the dinner you finally figured out. Then you get to the store and everyone else is there because for some reason we set up the system where the majority of us work the same hours. When we have to do something, we have to do it at the same time. Like, I don't mind use daylight savings time or electoral college. Like, I'm not even sure how I got started, but the people that can actually fix it just talk about what's happening and then they just forget all about it. They say that we're supposed to be getting 8 hours of sleep, and I think that's like a third of your day. But if you don't get enough sleep, then you wake up and you're tired and you're crabby and you can't figure out what you're going to wear to work. It needs to be presentable and clean. Like, even if you're working from home, you kind of have clean underwear. Did you know that I knew somebody that actually used to throw their dirty underwear away and just buy new ones? That was easier than trying to get to the laundromat without a car. Like, I'm not trying to imply that everyone should have a washer and dryer, but I am saying that maybe we need to think about the accessibility of the things that we need to live. It's sort of like it costs money to be poor, right? Like, if you have a car but you don't have any money and then your car gets towed and you can't pay for it, so you don't have a car, then you can't get to your job, so then you don't have any money, then you get evicted, and then you are homeless, right? And then the homeless is all like, the homeless shelters are all full or they're dangerous, and like, even if you get a job, it's not like you're gonna get back on your feet right away, because they don't pay you on day one. And then you have this eviction and your credit card, and your credit's bad, and you can't get an apartment. And this is all just because of some, like parking tickets, right? Like live in America, like this is where the poorest people gamble and play lotto, but they're also the most generous in society. Like, everyone in this room is just one medical bill, one student loan, one parking ticket away from the same fate. And that's why I just tend to think that we're doing pretty good considering.